against Newcastle your biggest challengers in terms of the race for the top four? Because like your team, they've done it before.
Good afternoon. We are trying to separate each moment, each competition, and now we are, of course, after we won against Manchester City, more or less in good balance in the table, but still being long way. We will have to do the next matches, and of course we are going to focus now only one match, Newcastle. Newcastle, they are behind us 2 points, but we are not now in top 4. We are in top 6, and only is try to face them, thinking they are our opponent now, and of course they are another team like Bournemouth, like Nottingham, doing fantastic job, and at the moment they are even in front of us, and we have to try to get each moment, each team trying to face them with the circumstances we are going to have. And now is our opponent now. In the day 18, we are going to face Newcastle, and of course very difficult because they are, I think they are now in good form. And of course they played 2 years ago Champions League. Last year, they are this year not playing, but the objective, of course, is clearly to be in Europe.
Mm-hmm. There's been lots of talk about Morgan Rogers since the weekend, understandably. Have you or the club set him any targets for this season, maybe in terms of goals or assists?
Yes, of course, collectively and individually. And we will need his number. And more or less he's getting it. And I am very demanding with him, with the team, with myself. But with Morgan, because he's very important for us, but I need his performance every match we are playing with different objective as well. Something playing a certain number, sometimes playing left side, going inside, defensively, offensively, assist, score goal, get the box, try to do the connection or the link with our midfielder, our defense when we are progressing with the ball. And he has a lot of responsibility in my idea style. And of course, I am trying to push him a lot, and I am very happy with him, but I want more of him.
Gracias, Unai.
Thank you.
Feliz Navidad.
Thank you so much.
Unai, nice to see you. Your side are 5 points off third in the Premier League table. I think only 10 points separates second from 10th. Does this Premier League season feel tighter than ever? And if it is, how much of an opportunity is that to do something special with this Aston Villa side once again?
It's not changing when I arrive here, my thoughts. It's the most difficult league. There are a lot of teams as well with the capacity to have very good players, good coaches, history, and each moment for some different teams. And now is the moment for Nottingham Forest, but his history as well is a huge history in the Premier League and even winning Champions League 2 times, I think, 2 times. Bournemouth now as well, they are performing very well. And they are a lot of teams getting more points than normal. And the point they are getting is more or less with the team we were last year better than this year. And of course, the moment of Manchester City, the moment of Tottenham, Newcastle, less point than 2 years ago, Newcastle, last year as well, Tottenham, they started very well. And those points they are getting is because I think the quality of the teams and the players is very high. And we are more or less trying to get a balance as well, ourselves. But the league is really very, very interesting league and very motivated for us. Each match how we can get point or not, and to be in the table better or worse. Now we are 6th. Of course, we are trying to focus each match. We are more or less trying to keep being consistent. We are after the one we had on Saturday against Manchester City, of course, feeling better at home, but away is completely different. We are lost in the last match we played in Premier League. We won in Champions League in Leipzig, but the last match we played away, we lost, and it's our challenge. Our very challenge is Newcastle and away.
Eddie Howe, a man that you've come up against a few times now. Could you give me a bit of a word on the sort of job that he is doing at Newcastle?
Fantastic. In Bournemouth before, when I was in Arsenal, we played as well, and he was doing fantastic job there. And always his team, more or less, is very dynamic team, intensity. They like to play with the ball possession. They like to play as well, being aggressive in attacking with a lot of players. They like as well to do a lot of duels on the field with the players man to man. They beat us last year 2 times, and of course I respect them a lot. And it's going to be very difficult because as well we can know in Newcastle with the supporter, the atmosphere is really a strong stadium for them, difficult for the opponent, and more or less they are being successful at home more than less. They lost some matches, Brighton, West Ham, but they were performing very well against Liverpool, against Arsenal, the last match against Leicester, in Carabao Cup against Chelsea as well. They are winning out of matches. And of course, it's going to be very difficult, and I respect the coach, I respect the players, I respect the club. And it's our really big motivation on Thursday to play there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, Unai. You've got a lot of very talented midfielders, and they're all a bit different. So, how do you choose different combinations for different games?
We are building the team, and after the adaptation of Amadou Onana, it's getting better, but still work to do for everything we want to get of him. Camara, last year he was playing fantastic and he was getting injured, and now he's coming back really strong. I'm feeling comfortable, I'm feeling in good form, and we have to try to use our players with their qualities, their skill, their capacity, and the combination we can have. And of course, Yuri Tielemans can play as a midfielder 6, 8, and sometimes 10, like he played, and last year he did it. And with Ross Barkley, we are thinking the same, but he's really working very well. Ross Barkley, his adaptation is being fantastic as well with us. Of course, always I am pushing him to get more of him. And then we have some players as well, like Lamar Bogarde, or even John McGinn can play there. But now we are more or less trying to get our structure as strong as possible, and thinking as well with the player we have in different matches. And the last match we played with Amadou and Camara is a very good practice we did, and performing very well, both players, and of course keeping the same structure or idea we have. And this is the way, but I want of them the same mentality to play, changing even something with the player we have as a midfielder, and in different combination. But of course, last Saturday was fantastic job. Camara and Amadou Onana, they did.
It's very good. When you then look at other teams and you study what they're doing, does that affect your choices? What you see in other teams, does that affect what you're going to choose, or do you just choose what you're going to choose anyway?
Sí, la selección de tu equipo, lo que tú eliges también depende en función del rival o solo en función de lo que tú ves aquí.
Both. I am always trying to firstly to impose and dominate with our structure, and different matches. The matches being different, we can adapt more or less with the opponent. And is as well my choice is defining a team as well with the opponent style or characteristic as a team, as a players, or as a power they have. But more or less, I am trying always 70% is our structure and thinking in us, and 30% for the opponent. But sometimes, like Manchester City, maybe more the first half, they impose us, dominate us more than we wanted, and of course we needed to adapt. But the second half we imposed it as well, and in that moment we were more or less dominating, sometimes with the position and with the player we have and with our style, to them. And this is the football. Of course, against Newcastle playing away, I am going to prepare 70% for us and 30% for the opponent, but then maybe it's 60-40. It depends. Hopefully we can as well play there, dominating in a moment on the game, but it's going to be difficult. And this is the decision about how we will play on Thursday against Newcastle is firstly for us, and then thinking to adapt to the opponent. Thank you.